I am Professor A. Ramulu, Secretary, Surabharati, Usmania University. I worked head of the department, Chairman Board of Studies. Now, presently, I am working for Surabharati as Secretary. Coming to the present today topic. So far, we have studied all the lessons detailed. Now, today we are taking up the non-detailed lesson, Upavachakam. First one is Nasa Raksha. It is taken from Bhasa's Swapna Vasavadattam drama. Bhasa is the first dramatist. Before him, nobody ventured to write dramas in any language, not only in Sanskrit. Because Mahakavi Kalidasa himself says in his Malavikagnimitram, Bhasa Saumilla Kaviputradinam Prabandhan Atikramya. He says, before me, there are good number of dramas written by Bhasa, Saumilla, Kaviputra, etc. So he refers Bhasa as first. Means before Bhasa, there was no dramatist at all. No doubt we have Mahabharata's Natya Shastram about dramaturgy, but example to this dramaturgy, drama was not written by anybody. He is the first writer to write a drama. No doubt we have Valmiki's Ramayanam in Mahakavya, Vedavyasa's Mahabharatam we have, as well as Vedas we have. But first drama is written by great dramatist, that is Mahakavi Bhasa. All the dramatists, first they offer their salutations to Bhasa Mahakavi, then only they venture to write a drama. Adi Nataka Karta. He has written 13 dramas totally. Those dramas can be divided into 4 sections. First, 6 dramas are based on Mahabharatam, Karnabharam, Majjama Vyayogam, Bhuta Ghatotkajam, Bhuta Vakyam. Means almost half of the dramas, exactly 6 dramas written taking the theme from Mahabharata, they are 6. Coming to the second is Pratima and Abhisheka. These 2 dramas are based on the Ramayanam. And Balacharitam is based on the Bhagavatam. And the remaining 4 dramas are based on the Bruhat Katha. Bruhat Katha has a background of big story. It is bigger than the Mahabharatam also. Now we have the biggest book in the world, that is Mahabharatam, which has 1 lakh stanzas. No language has that much bigger book in any language. The Bruhat Katha is 5 times bigger than the Mahabharata. It had 5 lakh stanzas. But there was one incident by which all the slokas are burnt. Only few thousands are right now available. So Bhasa, taking theme from Bruhat Katha, he has composed 4 dramas. Among the 4, one is what we are going to study, that Swapna Vasavadatta. Greatest dramatist, the first dramatist, but till 1920, Ganapati Shastri, who has given the title a Ramana Maharshi as a Ramana Maharshi, name given by him only. That Ganapati Shastri in 1920 AD, he discovered all these 13 dramas. Before that one, no drama was available. But the name is available. Kalidasa himself, greatest poet, praises Dasa, but no work was available till 1920. Ganapati Shastri, the guru of Ramana Maharshi, who has given the name to the Ramana Maharshi, that the greatest scholar, discovered all the 13 dramas in a single place. Collection of all 13 manuscripts, and got published all the 13 and named as a Bhasa Nataka Chakram. Today we are fortunate to have all the 13 dramas with us. Now we can see, or we can read, or we can present all the 13 dramas. The greatness of this Bhasa dramas is very simple. They are very easy to present on the stage. Wherever Mahakavi Kalidasa dramas or Bhavabhuti dramas, easy to read, easy to understand, easy to enjoy, but presentation part is very difficult. You cannot present Bhavabhuti's Uttara Ramacharitam on the stage. Very difficult task. Even the Mritchakatikam of Shudrak also, which has 10 acts. Act means half an hour. 10 acts means 5 hours drama. Nobody can watch that much time. But wherever Bhasa dramas are, very simple, very easy to present on the stage. Mostly one act plays are there. They are very half an hour, short and sweet. One can watch and enjoy. That type of dramas written by Mahakavi Bhasa. At the same time, he also written the Nataka also. The Swapna Basavadattami is Nataka type. Natakam Khyatavrittam Syat. The definition given by Bharata is drama means well-known story. This should have theme borrowed from either Rama and Mahabharata. That is why Bhasa has written 6 dramas based on the Mahabharata. Because the story is well-known. So while watching the drama also, easily they can follow. Audience can enjoy easily. And 4 dramas based on the Bruhat Katha he has written. The Swapna Basavadattam also based on the Bruhat Katha. Among the 4 also 3 dramas are based on Udayana. Udayana was the popular king of those times. Kalidasa remembers Udayana in Megha-Sandesha. Udayana is well known to folk literature. All are used to describe about the Udayana's greatness, romantic hero of that time. So Bhasa also dedicated his 3 dramas on Udayana one. One among them is Swapna Basavadattam. Swapna means a dream. Basavadatta is the heroine of the drama. So here, the king meets the heroine like in a dream. He comes there, at the same time disappears within short time. Actually, he sees really her. But the king thinks that whether I am dreaming, he has come in my dream. Few seconds she was with me. and has disappeared. That is the reason he named as a Swapna Vasavadattam. As I told you, Udayana was the popular romantic hero of that time. All the people, evening hours, while chatting, they used to narrate the stories about the Udayana, incident of Udayana's life, how he married Vasavadatta, how he married Padmavati, how he was teaching Veena to Vasavadatta, how he escaped with Vasavadatta. Many stories are well known. Popular hero of those times, romantic hero of that time. Udayana is well known to one and all. If you read any literature, even the Puranas also, we will find the name of this Udayana. Udayana is the king of the Vatsa country. And already married, his wife is Vasavadatta. Made for each other, matched for each other, ideal couple. They are leading the very good life. But in the meanwhile, some astrologers predicted that if the Udayana marries Padmavati, the princess of the Magadha country, then Udayana will become powerful king. No doubt Udayana is naturally a very powerful person. He is ruling a very vast kingdom and he has a queen, Vasavadatta, and people are respectively, they are worshipping him, not giving respect, they are worshipping. They used to think him as a god. That type of command he has over the people. But the astrologers predicted that if he marries Magadha princess, always Magadha country is very powerful. If we have the support of the Magadha, nobody can venture upon Vatsa country, upon the territory of the Udayana. Udayana should become powerful means he should marry Padmavati. But how it is possible? Because already Udayana has married and Vasavadatta is very much there as a queen. When the queen is there, how Magadha king can give his daughter to Udayana? If he offers also, how Udayana can marry? If Padmavati comes, Vasavadatta's reactions, what type of reactions Vasavadatta will feel? Psychologically, she will be disturbed. Whether she will accept Padmavati as another queen in the same kingdom, wife of her own husband. These things are there, very difficult even. So Yogandharayana decided. If you remember the minister names, we will find two names first. Number one is Chanakya and number two is Yogandharayana. They are well known. They are well known in their planning. Impossible also they will make possible. That is the greatness of Chanakya and Yogandharayana. The Udayana's fortune is, he has that type of greatest prime minister. He can give all responsibilities to his prime minister and he can rely on that one. He can relax also. That type of prime minister he has. So, Yogandharayana decided, by hook or crook, our king should marry Padmavati, the princess of Magadha. But already king is married. Vasavadatta is very much there. But if he marries with Padmavati, Magadha princess, Udayana, the king of Vatsa country, will become powerful. Neighbors cannot raise their eyebrows upon our country. So if encroachment is common to all the kings. There is one proverb in Sanskrit, Asantushta dvijanastaha, santushtasya rupatmajaha. The kings should not have satisfaction what they have. Every day they used to think to expand their kingdom. Encroachment of the neighboring kingdoms is common to kings. Expansion, development. Day by day increasing the kingdom. That is, every king should do that one. And whatever he encroached, he should protect also that one. If you want to protect his kingdom, he should be very powerful. At the same time, he should have the very good friends also, very good relatives. The relationship comes place only. Either giving our sister or daughter to the another king, or marrying his daughter or sister, then they will become a very close relatives, very thick relatives. When the war comes, automatically all relatives will help you. And Padmavati is princess of the Magadha country. Magadha means very powerful. Bihar. Not only now, from the beginning also, if you see Ramayana or Mahabharata, Magadha king was very famous, very powerful. In the battlefield, they never run away. Definitely they will get victory. So our king also, if he marries Magadha princess Padmavati, definitely our king will become powerful. And our kingdom also very safe. No enemies can look at our kingdom. That is the plan of the Yaugandharayana. So what he did means simply he has taken the queen Vasavadatta with him, and her name also changed, her dress also changed. He heard that when Padmavati is coming to the ashram, where our lesson starts. The princess of Magadha, Padmavati, is coming to ashramam to see her mother, who is staying in that ashram, Vanaprastha ashram. So Padmavati comes there along with Panchuki. After seeing the ashramam, she feels happy and announces that one, whoever here, whatever they want, I want to give. So you can ask anything, I am ready to grant. Says whatever you want. You can ask money or lands or elephants or gold or clothes or land. Anything I am ready to grant, because my earning should go in dharma way, helping to the needy people. Then our Yaugandharayana, who is in another form, another name, and brings the Padmavati, addressing to Queen, he says, "O Princess Padmavati, we are happy to see you, and you have announced that whatever we want, you want to give. I am quite happy. That type of greatest philanthropist we have on the surface. Now I am directly seeing you. You are like a Kalpavriksham, Kamadhenu, and Chintamani to the needy people. Madam, I want Nyasa Raksha. That is the sentence asked by Yogandharayana. Then she said, what is Nyasa Raksha? Nyasa means deposit. Raksha means protection. Madam, she is my sister. Showing Vasavadatta, he says, she is my own sister. You have to keep her as deposit. I am going to Kashi. Within few months, I will come back. Till that period, you have to keep as deposit. You have to protect her. After returning from Kashi, you have to give back. Till that period, you have to protect her life. Then Kantyuki says, Kastam Nyasasya Rakshanam. The attendant, royal attendant who accompanied the Padmavati, he clearly says, Madam, he is asking very difficult one. You should not grant. Preserving the deposit is very difficult task. Anybody, if anything asks, we can give, but Kastam Nyasasya Rakshanam, protection of the deposit is very difficult. Don't venture to grant this one. Then Padmavati said, once we have given a sentence, that's all. We cannot go back. First we announced whatever they want, we are ready to give. Now I cannot go back. Let him ask. And already he asked that one, Nyasa Raksha. Whatever may be difficult one, I am ready to grant. I will give protection to her. Saying that one, Vasavadatta, the queen of Vatsa country, that is the wife of the Udayana, accepts Vasavadatta Padmavati as Nyasa, as deposit. Here, Yogandharayana plans are one thing is, while staying together, Vasavadatta and Padmavati, they can develop sisterly affection. And if Padmavati stays in the, along with Vasavadatta, there is a chance to see her. And the third one is, he creates the another one where the Brahmachari Vrittantam comes. Then he enters one Brahmachari. He informs his story. He says that one, I am studying in the Lavanaka village, but my studies were stopped there. Then they asked, what is the reason? Then they said that one, there was a fiery accident. That one, Queen Vasavadatta burned. Vasavadatta is very much there in the other form. Listening her death news, she feels inside, what is that news? But whatever may be, it is the Yogandharayana's plan. We cannot question, we have to follow. And the Brahmachari narrates that one, when the Vasavadatta was burnt into fire, the Yogandharayana also jumped into the fire. And the king also wants to jump into the fire, but other ministers are stopped. This way, now he wants to inform to the Padmavati that one Udayana is widower. He has no wife. Now he can go for marriage. That is the plan of Yogandharayana. By hook or crook, Magadha princess Padmavati should marry the Udayana. That is the intention of the Yaugandharayana. That is the reason he has brought Vasavadatta to hermitage and he requested the Padmavati to preserve as a deposit. Here we can find the plan of the Yaugandharayana. Number one is both should develop sisterly affection. Number two is king is widower, so he can go for marriage. And after marrying Padmavati, Udayana will become a very powerful king. Out of these three reasons, he has created this one Nyasa Raksha. Preservation of the deposit. So while staying in the Antahpuram, king sees her. That happens like in Swapna, so it has been titled as a Swapna Vasavadattam. So, Nyasa Raksha means preservation of the deposit. Here, Yaugandharayana deposits the princess Padmavati as deposit. Vasavadatta has been kept there as a deposit. Nyasa means here deposit, Vasavadatta. Deposit means Vasavadatta. And Rakshanam, Raksha means protection by Padmavati, Magadha prince. And later on that leads to the marriage of both the persons. So it has been named as a Swapna Vasavadattam, Nyasa Raksha. The incident played the important role unifying the king and queen, hero and heroine, making the hero as a very powerful person. So, the twist in the drama is based on the Nyasa Raksha. That is the reason the lesson has been titled as a Nyasa Raksha. Very good lesson, and we can see the vision of the Bhasa Mahakavi in this one. Very easy to present on the stage also. And it has come from the pen of the first dramatist, Mahakavi Bhasa. Okay, coming to the questions in this lesson, we can expect only short answered questions from this lesson. Only 2 questions given in the text from this lesson. Short answered questions, 2 questions are expected. That is question number 4. Carries 4 marks. Manasvinaha imartham vanam abhigamya vasanti. Manasvinaha abhimanavantaha janaha. Self-respected persons. Kimartham, why? Vanam abhigamya, going to the forest. Vasanti, reside. Self-respected persons, they never stay in the urban areas or cities, because urban nuisance, urban pollution, urban way of thinking, that is different. That is the reason good persons, pious people, they prefer going to the forest. That is the reason even Ramayana also we have the Aranya Kanda. Even Mahabharata also we have the Aranya Parva. If you see any language classical where we can find the kings used to go forest, that is must. If they go to forest, they should be very pious, cleaned. That is the reason once again Bhasa said that when self-respected people never stick to the urban areas, they will go to the forest. That is the first question. And coming to the second question, Brahmachari, bachelor, Putra Pushitavan, where does he reside? Brahmachari, Putra Pushitavan, Kimartham, why? Why he left his native place? Where he has gone? For what purpose? The answer is Brahmachari Vatsa Bhumau Lavanakam Nama Grame Shruti Visheshartham Pushitavan. He has left to the Vatsa country, a place called Lavanaka, Shruti Visheshartham, for the sake of study. That is the essential for the bachelor. The Brahmacharya ashramam is meant for the studies. So this Brahmachari also left his native place and gone to the Lavanaka city to study Vedas, etc. Okay, thank you. You can get the good marks in this subject. Okay, right.